Hi guys, it's Karen Kali, the Masango twins.
We're back at it again with another video, and we decided to advise our matriculants on how to back distinctions.
So we were the class of 2021 and we were fortunate enough and we worked really hard to back distinctions. I got 4 distinctions and Kaya got 5. So yeah, this is us giving you tips on how to just get distinctions. Even if it's one, guys, a distinction is so hard to get. So yeah, let's get into it.
So we just wrote some flashcards so that we don't forget
anything, so that we give you all
everything. So number 1 would be surround yourself with people that do better than you.
Yo, that really helps, guys.
It really helped us a lot too.
Yeah,
because we didn't think that there were people that got like 7 distinctions.
Oh my word.
I remember that day.
Now I remember the day I saw like that person's report card. Like, it was threat level 7s, guys. So I think like it's the way you view them, because we did not get jealous, guys, but we got motivated. It was like, if he can do it, it means that we can also do it.
And we surrounded ourselves with that particular person and we saw how he got his distinctions.
Yeah, the way he does things.
Yeah, so we started to implement what he was doing into our lives.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we were able to get distinctions.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of how you view people that are doing better
than you. Yeah, if you surround yourself with people that do better, you also get motivated to do better. Yeah, and you actually surprise yourself.
Because right afterwards, our marks actually improved.
Yeah, they got better.
Yeah.
Except for trial. Yeah. Like, secondly, guys, set high goals for yourself. Like, you see, when you set high goals, even if you don't attain them, at least you don't fall like below average or something. And thirdly, you guys, use all the resources that you have. You can use your teachers if you did not understand them, or if you don't understand the content, you can just ask them to explain it again, and they would gladly do that, unless if they're rude. But yeah, and use YouTube. Like, if you don't understand the topic, you can just go to YouTube and search it, and you'll find like loads of people explaining the same content. So yeah, and you can also like ask your peers. Like, your peers understand and explain like things much easier.
The resources that we used for physics, we used the Mind the Gap study guide, but for chemistry, and we used our exam guidelines for every subject, just so you know how you're supposed to answer questions and what is expected of you.
Yeah.
And we used past question papers. With past question papers, you get accustomed to how you should answer.
Yeah.
And the type of questions they ask.
Yeah, you just get used to like the whole idea of the paper, how it's set out, like, yeah.
And then for life sciences, we use the Exam Fever study guide, which is available at your nearest CNA and PNA, but I don't know in a second because we looked and it's not there. Yeah, Exam Fever. And for accounting,
we mainly relied on question papers, and like for accounting you just need to practice, because it's the same thing throughout the year. It's the same thing, so yeah,
just practice.
Yeah.
And some of our notes we got from our teachers, so if you guys are interested in them, we'd kindly and gladly give you guys, if you just go on our Instagram and DM us.
Yeah. And fourthly, you guys, know your learning style. It's easier to like study when you actually know how you retain your information. So Kaya and I, we are very like active learners, we are visual learners, and like we like reading aloud because that's how we actually retain our information. So yeah,
and we use diagrams. Since we are visual learners, we use diagrams to help us retain that information or recall that information.
yeah.
And number 5, listen to binaural beats if you struggle with being focused for long periods of hours. Say maybe you want to study for like 3 hours. Just listen.
But you should take in between breaks.
You should take in between breaks. But listening to binaural beats will help you to stay focused and motivated, so to say. So just go to YouTube and type in binaural beats, and then there's a variety of binaural beats, and listen to those that you like. And
time yourself when you're practicing with question papers. Like make it to be like an exam type of scenery. When you time yourself, you're actually training yourself to even think faster and better. Yes.
And when you're studying or when you're in an exam, right, start with questions that you are more comfortable with or that you find easy. That's the exam technique that we used.
It's so much easier that way.
You start with the questions that you think you know, and then the questions that you're not so comfortable with, and then end with the difficult ones. But some other people like to do it the other way. But what helped us was to start with what we found easy.
And like prepare for your exams before, like weeks before, guys.
Weeks before.
Don't like be that type of person that like studies the night before an exam.
That might work for your class test or whatever, but for your final, I would not recommend it.
Not
ever. Do not do that to yourself.
So like it's easier to practice or prepare before your exam, because when like amid you preparing, you see where you're struggling and you actually take more time to monitor those areas. So
and you guys get enough sleep. Do not pull all-nighters or cross-night before an exam. Do not do that to yourself. You don't deserve it.
You deserve so much better.
You don't deserve that. Do not pull all-nighters the day before an exam, because you'll be so tired.
Like a relaxed mind can tackle any question, guys.
So when you didn't sleep and then
you can't even tackle the whole question.
So you're going to be way too tired. Don't do that to yourself.
Just get some rest. Yes.
And then for maths, right, we decided to ask our friend who got 98% in maths how he did it, and he had a lot to say.
A lot.
So just bear with us. I'm just going to read what he said. He said that maths is a practical subject. So you guys need to download a lot of question papers. And you need to practice with trial exams going into your finals. Let me just see. I try to practice maths daily. So practice maths daily. And he said that with studying, they must try to study to understand and not dwell too much on the textbook. As we said before, if you see that textbooks are not quite helpful, find other resources that are quite helpful. And then when you practice, set like an exam environment, as we just said. This will help increase thinking speed and essential writing speed. For me, that's him, I ended up finishing a maths question paper under 2 hours. If I was really good, an hour and a half. Wow. This will simply give you guys enough time to double check answers and silly mistakes. And when it gets frustrating, have a break, exercise or have a walk, change of scenery. That's That's what he said.
What?
So I hope you guys heard me, but we're just going to try and type everything he said. But yeah, guys.
And like lastly, guys, give it your all. Like when you know that you gave it your all, you will always be satisfied with the result, because you know you've been through hell. You've been through hell. So yeah, it's better to just give it your all. Yeah.
And that's it, you guys. We hope that you do well in your matric. And even if you don't get distinctions, like, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And even if you get one distinction, a distinction is still a distinction.
Yeah.
So hope all goes well with you guys and your exam year. Exam year. Your matric year. And hope you guys enjoy. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.